So hello, this is Felicia Webster, FabAgent with Coldwell Banker Schmidt family of companies. And today I am going to have a Mortgage Monday, and I've brought Timothy Bullock here to answer all the questions you've ever wanted to ask before getting your pre-approval on a loan. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is because after talking to several people, it's clear to me that most people just think you wake up in the morning and say, okay, I'm ready to buy a house, let's go, let's do it. There's no reason to be nervous about the pre-prep that 99% of us have to do. The making sure your credit is right, maybe you're, take a couple months to pay off bills, whatever it is to do to line it up. Anyway, Timothy here is going to tell us everything we need to know. So Timothy, what should people do before they walk through your door? What are the prep things that they should have ready, maybe a couple months even before they think about seeing you?
Well, let me give you an example. I'm working with a client right now, first-time home buyer. She really wants to get into a house. I've worked with her now for a year and a half, helping her with her credit, putting her into a position to have the income there and a little bit of a down payment to work with. So a year and a half I've worked with this client. So it all starts with knowing what your credit score is. Nowadays, to get a mortgage loan, it's not the old days where you didn't have to have a credit score and you didn't have to have great credit or even good credit. Anybody could get a loan back 10 years ago. Now you really want to focus on number one, your credit. Okay. Number two is your income. Where is your income source coming from? And then number three would be your assets or your down payment. The media makes it sound like it's so difficult to get a loan these days, right? They make it sound like you have to have 20% down payment, that you have to have 750 credit scores, and that's not the truth. The truth is, as a first-time home buyer, you can buy a house with no money down, and you don't have to have great credit scores for the programs like that. So, but the first step is talking to a mortgage professional, finding out where you're at right now and where you need to be, and then what the steps that you need to take to get to that point.
Awesome, awesome. Now you mentioned first-time home buyer, so that's a segue into my next question.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't realize that after 3 years, like let's say, about a decade ago, a lot of people lost their homes. A lot of things happened that nobody imagined would happen.
Yeah.
But is it not true that after 3 years, you are actually considered a first-time home buyer again?
Yeah, if you haven't owned a home, a residential property in the last 3 years, you're considered a first-time home buyer. So perfect example, you could have actually lost a house 3 or 4 years ago and then qualify after that time frame credit-wise to be a first-time home buyer all over again.
Awesome, awesome.
Yep.
And so are there programs? I know there are programs for original first-time home buyers, but what about these people that had bad luck? Are there any programs for them that are special that they can tap into?
When you say bad luck, give me an example.
Like a foreclosure, or a divorce, a foreclosure, or just anything that they didn't expect 10 years ago that might have happened with that crash.
As long as the time frame, as long as they've waited the time frame, with government financing is typically that 3-year mark. With conventional financing, they want a little bit longer time frame from those significant events, we call those. But they'll qualify just like normal clients would qualify.
Awesome.
Credit score wise and things like that, we want to make sure that they're back on track.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Timothy.
Yeah.
You've done a great job, and thank you. Keep coming to my page. I'm going to have more goodies like this coming through in the future. And once again, thank you for your support. Thank you for following me. Have a wonderful, fantastic day.
Take care.
Okay.
That's good. Boom. Very nice.